Well, it is the muzzleloader gun season, but it is also my wife's and I's anniversary, and it's a tradition that we go get a Christmas tree. So after chores, and I brought a thermos full of water this morning, thaw out any frozen drinks, hopefully not. It is, I just checked the weather a little bit ago, it was 8 degrees out, 10-mile-an-hour wind, so not too bad, but not great. And we've had a couple inches of snow already this morning, but we're gonna try to get a tree anyways, and see what happens this afternoon. If all goes well and I make it out muzzleloader hunting, we're gonna do a hanging hunt in the snow and -degree wind chill weather. And like I said in previous videos, we screwed up the food on the farm this year. Food is king, and we have no food. So the neighbors to the north, they planted quite a few beans, and I think beans have the largest drawing power of any staple crop out there. And he said in the last snowstorm, kind of a wet snow, this is kind of more powdery, but it looked like a highway of deer coming off our property onto his. They don't muzzleload hunt, as far as I know. I'm gonna call and ask, and I can gain access through their property up to the tip of ours. And I'm gonna sit between bedding along the river, kind of where there's a peninsula, and then there's a point at the very end of the property where the deer bed, and I do know big bucks have bedded there in the past. I'm gonna sit between that and the food, get in there early, and see what happens. Alright, get the truck running. Okay, not froze. Not froze. That's good. It's a good sign. Always been told you want to see all that snow on their backs. That means they're well insulated. I got some grass, alfalfa mix hay, clover hay, a little bit, just a little bit more energy, stuff a little bit more. Might carry a few of these one at a time just to get rid of some of these broken bales in here. Grain bin, old government bin, used for hay storage now. It's 1:16. Everything's taking longer because of the snow, obviously. But we're here, so let's get going. There we are. This isn't our ground, but we have a legal right of way through here. So I'm gonna walk this bike down here, see, make sure we got battery. This cold might kill the battery, but it'd be a long hike in. Six inches of powder. Oh, that's... So that is slippery and takes a lot of power. I am terrified I'm going to use up all my battery. Well, let's see if it gets, I'll walk it for the way, see if it gets any better. Well, that's where I'm leaving it. Like I said, I don't own this ground, but I just called, I come from down there. I just called the owner of the property and asked if I could park it here because I think I'm sweating more trying to keep that thing moving through. It's really soft still, so them tires are just slipping. If it was a stickier snow, I think we'd be all right, but plus there's ice under here if somebody's drove back. I mean, I'm telling you, there's probably over 6 inches of snow through here, so, but we're just gonna walk, be quieter anyways. So this is what I mean. The neighbor's got beans. There's quite a few beans on that. If I owned this property, I'd be sitting right there. We own everything on that side of the levee. So unless there's some deer bedding out in this CRP, which there very well could be, they're more than likely bedded on us. And more specifically, the very north there. I see a blind up there, so they might have food up there too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this all the way around. I got permission. I'm gonna cross the levee and I'm gonna sit in that timber up there between their food and hopefully some bedding along the river and catch them coming to it. It's my first time up here, so I wasn't sure where they had their food, but I see a blind over there. So if he's got beans in there, I'm gonna be sitting right between bedding and food, which is ideal. So at this point in the hunt, the wind had completely stopped, the snow had completely stopped, so it was a little less miserable, but the downside to all that cold, it had zapped all my batteries in my GoPro and in my camera, so all I had left was my cell phone. I saw quite a few deer, 10, 12 deer, saw 4 bucks, 350-inch class bucks, 160-inch, 70-inch class buck, nice deer. All the bucks were in that food plot on the neighbors I just showed you, and that was all the footage I got of the hunt. Crawled down right there at last legal shooting light. I'd had enough and called it a day. On camera, we still have quite a bit of light. Oh, Spike's dead. Pushing it out. Well, if you made it to this point in the video, thanks for watching. It's a lot of work keeping batteries full and SD cards empty and formatted correctly, but it's worth it. I enjoy it, and since this video's come out, I've ordered some more batteries, so hopefully the content gets better. I've discussed it previously that the food on this property has been screwed up this year, and I found the bucks, and they are on the neighbors. That hunt, I saw several mature deer. So it's looking like I'm not going to harvest a mature buck this year, probably for the first time in 7 years, but that's okay. We know what we got to do different next year, and I'm going to bring you along for some of those projects, food plot and habitat management, and we're going to make it better for next year. I just want to end with, it's important to remember, some of you may remember this verse, but the Bible tells us to give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. So I try to remember that as we go into 2026, and just be thankful for everything we have. Thanks for watching.